I met my husband on a dating site. I talked about how he proposed to me after 10 months. I talked about how we got married. I sold my house, moved into his house. He bought me a Mercedes. I lived the kept lifestyle, and women were coming for me. And it blew my mind because I thought I was inspiring and helping women see, hey, this is possible. This is a thing. They didn't know I was a life coach. They didn't know I was a love coach. They just...
You know what, though? It's possible, but I think the thing that women are upset about, as far as this lady's concerned, is that not all men do that. I think you picked the right man, and the right man for you, and he decided to do that for you. Because I'm gonna tell women something. When the man finds a great woman, we know he finds the one. He will do everything in his power to make sure that she will have the best. Let's continue.
I just saw a black woman bragging and trying to tell me, well, you need to make sure your name's on it. Oh, I would have never did that because you just never know what can happen. Like, I get it. We get it. Life happens. Things happen. But if you say you want to learn how to put yourself in a position to live a certain type of life, you do have to take risks. You also have to listen, and not listen to respond, but listen so that you can be helped. I would never give a woman...
Think about it. What she said. Listen to what she said. She said, listen to understand. Don't listen to respond. That's one thing that I would say that some women have a problem with. They don't get it. Like, yo, if a person is trying to tell you something for your own good, listen to what that person has to say. Then if you have any questions after the person talks, then ask a question, but don't listen to respond. Let's continue.
Any advice that I wouldn't take myself. There are reasons that I made the decisions that I made, and there's reasons why I live a life that I wouldn't trade with any woman that I know. Not only am I a married woman, I'm a happily married woman. People would always say, oh, he did all those things for you in such a short amount of time. What type of things are you going to have to put up with? Because he's masking something. It doesn't make sense that every time a man does something good for a woman, and we tell women the things that they're doing, there has to be this caveat.
See, this is the thing. I think this is the thing that the problem that she has is that when you tell people about what your husband is doing or what your spouse is doing for you, they think it's too good. And then I know that, you know, she's a relationship counselor or whatever, and you have to tell what's going on in your marriage as far as what your husband is doing. But sometimes when you tell somebody that, they're going to question you. They're going to say, what is it? What is he doing? He's hiding something. It's always the negative. Even if you have nothing but positive stuff going on, people are going to always try to find some negative. Let's continue.
There has to be something wrong. He has to be abusive. He has to be a cheater. There has to be something. And the reality is, a lot of us who are happily married, and please understand that happily married doesn't mean that you're happy all the time.
That's true.
It doesn't mean you're happy every single day. It means that overall, your marriage is happy and you wouldn't leave. Yeah. Happily married women mind their business because other women don't know how to receive information. They don't know how to say, oh my God, I love that for you. I can't wait for me to have that. They don't allow opportunities for women.
That's because they're jealous. That's because they're jealous of what you have. Think about it. If you telling people that my husband is doing this or my husband's doing this and doing that, you don't think those women are going to be like, hold on. How do you get that? Why I ain't get that? That's what they thinking in their mind. And some people will tell you that. In your face, they'll tell you that. But a lot of them will be on keyboard. I call them keyboard warriors. And they'll tell you via internet. Let's continue.
Women to say, well, you know what? Let me tell you what I did and what I worked on myself. Let me tell you what conversations that I had with him and myself that allowed me to vet him and really get to know him and trust him enough to marry him in 10 months. Trust him enough to do all the things that I did. The best decision I could have ever made was choosing the man that I chose. Yeah. But if I say that, women will wait and just be like, oh, I can't, I'm gonna circle back in 10 years to see if y'all are still married.
Wow.
Instead of just being happy. That is why married women, happily married women, we mind our damn business and we let y'all have these debates.
Yep.
Because we are with our men who are taking care of us, taking care of kids that they didn't create, but raising them anyway. Loving on us, spending bread on us, buying us 7-bedroom houses, buying us the things that we desire. It doesn't mean it's perfect. It doesn't mean that we're trying to say, oh, it's going to come with nothing and everything is going to be perfection. Nobody's saying that. Nobody is saying that just because my life is so great and the man that I have is so great that it means we're above you. Not at all. That's not what that means. It just means that you can have it till it exists. We live in a world where we don't know if these things exist anymore, but they do. And it's hard to let you know that because every time we open our mouth, y'all are preying on our downfall. Y'all got something to say. That's something to work on. There's so many great men out here. We didn't just get lucky. When women would say that to me, I'd be like, my husband is not a unicorn. There's a lot of great men like him. I just did what I was supposed to do to position myself to snatch him. That's all you have to do.
And see, that's the thing that people need to understand. I'm always saying ain't no good men out there. Out there. Sometimes and I'll be honest with you, sometimes you have to stop looking for everything to be perfect. This man has to be that. And some just look for a man, and you see, she said she vetted him. Her, because first of all, you're not going to want to marry a person after 10 months and not vet. This is the one I'm gonna be with. That's vet each other, spend time with each other, know each other, see people's faults, ups and downs, and then you'll really person is for you. But see, a lot of females don't want to do that. You got some dudes who, if I know I find a woman that and she's the one, that's just me. It was like that. My cousin told me, yo, I was gonna be my wife after 5. We dated for 2 years. We got married over 25 years. That happens sometimes. Men know when they're going. I got another video for you. This woman are women in denial. Let's get to it.
And now it's the white woman. When are we gonna wake up? Like, everybody seems to recognize wrong or what's happening amongst black women. How come the women problems? They can recognize why our relationships don't recognize why black men are going the opposite.
You know why? Because a lot of I'm gonna tell you sort of a great question. Why can't sisters see? The answer is pretty simple, because they don't want to see it. What happens is women will see, they'll know something is wrong, but they don't want to fix it. Or the man, knowing that man ain't right, put that man through all of his faults and all of his, and then when they break up or when the man leaves the kids and all these things, you knew dude was wrong. All the men. And see, when you blame all the men, then bros exist. This is why guys are going their own. All this exists. Let's continue.
Why are we in denial? That woman sat on here and said, "Dear black women."
Damn.
Called it just what it is. Black women. You have the lowest marital rates. She even called out the reason why so many women may deal with.
Let me talk about what she said. She said the lowest marital rates amongst women. You know, black men don't even have the lowest marital rate. You know who has the lowest marital rate? Asian men have the lowest marital rate, which is surprising. Y'all look that up. Let's continue.
domestic violence, and I do not shape or form any form condone domestic violence. But what she said was, the reason why so many Black women may deal with domestic violence or in that, those situations, because of how we behave. So insinuating that we think we can talk to men however we want to, do whatever we want to them, hit on them, verbally abuse them, and don't expect them to respond. Now, again, I do not condone domestic violence on any man or woman. But when she said that, I said, wow.
Makes you think.
Why don't we want to get it? Everyone else can see what we are doing wrong within the community amongst each other, but we don't. Wake up. We have to wake up.
Yeah, I mean, I had to show that one because she made a lot of good points. I think one of the things that hurts Black women, and people like, oh, you're a Black man, you just going off on Black women. No, I want to help sisters, because at the end of the day, I want to see brothers, I want to see sisters get together, get married, have families. I want to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see all that. I want to find me a nice woman to marry and have a family and live happily ever after. But the problem is that the problems, you see the problems, you just don't want to solve them. And it's sad because she said another woman from another race is telling you the problems, but you get mad at the person from another race is telling you. If a person from another race or another ethnicity could tell you the issues that you're having and you don't even know, that's something wrong with that. That's like if a Hispanic man was to tell me, multiple Hispanic men was to tell me, yo, Black men, this is what y'all doing wrong. Or an Asian man was to tell me that. I'm gonna sit with the Asian man. I want to find out, like, how do you know this? He can say, well, I studied this, I did this, I learned this, I know this, I know that. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to take his advice. What's going on? How can I solve it? That's all a lot of people want. A lot of people, especially from different ethnicities, want Black women to get it solved because there's nothing stronger than a family. There's nothing stronger than a Black unit family. And we need to fix that. But let's get the conversation started. Here's your boy Jay here with another video. If you like the video, hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button. On my road to 100,000 subscribers. Let's get the conversation started. Until next time, I'm out.